First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. The punter and kickoff man Sam Martin to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
On the set.
52's the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Big trip. Big trip.
First carry for James Conner. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 24, Rudolph nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Rudolph now to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Slap.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 36-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On second down, Conner looking for space. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Mike 56. Get the
Ready.
Now Rudolph on first down. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Ward. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Steelers first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41.
We got 4.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check. 49's the mic, Mark 49. I'm on.
Bam. Shoot.
Here's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
So how How about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 9-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Rudolph looking to throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Let's go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw is Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Like 7.
Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Alert.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a feed.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
40 got. Under 10. Under 10. X3. 218. Chopper.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now it's Breida. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll try to run with Breida. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
Easy.
Banjo.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. This is Connor running right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Delta. 52, Mike 52. Guys, stay situation. Let's go. Go.
Here's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Check 56. Watch the flag.
Rock it.
Check it back.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go.
From his own goal line, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
And the Lions first down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Stafford on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A very solid gain of 27.
First down.
Got it.
49. March 49.
Come to my work. Hey, echo.
Come to my work. 49 to March.
Leo. 16 is a loss. We take the win. Ready?
From the 50, it's Rudolph. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 2nd and 10, Rudolph again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. He can't get him down. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
32.
What we got? Switch.
They run with Breida. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 31-yard line.
Hey, 180.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, look good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
Hey, 22.
Stafford on 3rd down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Five.
Mike 52 right here. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Rudolph. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's get it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, Mike 50.
Hey, Zoo.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Now Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Here we go. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10.
Check three.
Double right. Big 20. Go.
Here's Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to launch it for Washington. It's caught inside the 25. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second and 6 at the 25-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Hey, 54. Hey, watch 55. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check.
Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
50. 180. Man out. Hey, easy. Hey, 70. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still Omaha, ready to move. Y'all playing.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
Set, ready? 15, line. 15 line. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. By 52.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Here we go. A gain of 14. And the Steeler first.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Hey. Check. Back to the mic.
This is counter. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready? 18 Gator. 52.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Again, it's Connor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rudolph now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Ward. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will shave one more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
At the 20-yard line.
Mighty, lady.
Watch the run.
Zebra.
You got 3 down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Here's Breida. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike, set, lady.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
From the 39, Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Set, 250.
52 right here. 52. Yeah.
This is Breida. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set, 180. 32. You can't block me. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. I got it. No, Mike 52.
The shotgun snap for Stanford. Fights through it. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Ready. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Let's keep running. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. Watch the pass. 49, guys. Mike, 49. You don't want to shoot.
Looking to throw on second down. Rudolph, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hard.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give to Breida. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
You know, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Michael set. Go 20. 55. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch hey. 50-50.
Mike, 5-5.
Small.
5-5. I got you, son. I got you.
To throw is Stafford. That'll be complete to Breida. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
Four down. Alert. Mike 55. Mike 55.
From the gun, here's Stafford going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the handoff, this is Breida. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They run again with Breida. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Zero.
They'll run it with Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Look at me. Go. Check.
Now it's Rudolph. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he gets it down to the 32. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 49 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Switch. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Hey. 52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Easy, alert. Bravo.
From the 30 on second down, Stafford, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 36-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he'll give it here to his running back. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Double dog. That's the way.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they will take a knee here.
Stafford is on the keeper. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, set! 280!
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's put that team on the bus.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
It's